Thank you for listening to this podcast from TRE, Talk Radio Europe, your voice in Spain and around the world. For more information, please visit tre.radio.
So there am I, going through my socials. But last week it was, I think.
Yeah, last week.
And they're on an Instagram post, which I don't know. I must be following you on Instagram, but anyway. But there. So, okay, talk us through it then, will you please?
Okay, so I've gone to visit my daughter in Ibiza for a few days, and we were sort of just having fun and everything. And we'd gone out and I'd bought a new jacket.
Yeah, you had indeed.
Which was actually quite a leery jacket,
Ibiza.
even by my styling. And
do you want to describe said item of fashion?
I don't think I can.
It was the one you're wearing. It's sort of white with
white denim with flowers on it.
And all sorts of,
very Ibiza, very
Ibiza,
very hippie-ish.
Yeah, boho, mate.
Yeah, it was great. And my daughter got clothes envy and decided to buy the same jacket, which is just like incredible because,
people have a bad enough time when they dress them. They use those Christmas cards and they're all in the States and they're all dressed like. That's when the kids like 3.
Yes. So anyway, we got back home and to where she's staying, and she comes. I try my jacket on, and she tries her jacket on, and we're standing in front of the mirror, thinking that's good. And then all of a sudden, she says, "I've got an idea." And she decided to do one of these TikTok, Instagram dancing things to that song, which we don't know what it is even called, or I Can Really Dance or something.
Handsome Dancer. Coincidence by Handsome Dancer.
And as most of you know, I have problem with my legs. I can't stand still. So she's got me jumping up and down in this video. What you don't see is the outtakes. Is where I fall over 3 times trying to get it right. Fortunately, I fall onto the couch. Yeah, but it was great. It's great fun, and I don't know whether you can find it on my Instagram or.
Yeah. We'll try and get the link sorted out and the whole thing because it's quite something. It's the way that your little sweetheart there is actually going completely in sync with this with the vocals.
Yeah, Sarah got 108 likes, which is quite big for us because she's got a private account. I posted it on my orthostatic tremor site, which is all for all the people who've got the same disability as me, and they were all hysterical, and it said that they cheered him up, and it's just a laugh. I mean, if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at?
Well, the studio ground to a halt. The throbbing newsroom that is upstairs at TRE I was like, look at this. So they said, what are we going to do? We're going to play the music. Anyway.
Right, let's get back to the serious stuff of being grumpy.
Yes, indeed. Sorry about that. Anyway, if you want to if you've got somebody grumping too, or you just wanted to have a basic whinge, then these here, 952-78-4000. Right then. What are we looking at? Head of customer.
Oh, mate.
Mate, what, mate? Tell me, mate.
What is it? Let me have a look. I have to actually look it up again.
Is it head of customer success or?
Yeah, head of customer success. And I need to actually look at this because.
Is it a human resources thing that you are now used to be the I don't know, the cash out person, and now you're not.
I actually need a second to find.
You're the interactive personnel, financial advisor, stroke whatever, with using the pronouns he, she, it, them, or whatever. So you can't be anything just basically the same as.
Yes.
So I'm a facilitator. You know that.
I will find it during the thing. So we'll start with something else, which is my. I was in. I got to the airport as usual. And obviously somebody said something. Yeah, so if I can just stop and just go right. So, morning, Paul. So just got a TikTok to search for TikTok for Mr. Grumpy because they want to find this dancer. Okay, he said, "Here's what you get." Videos related to Mr. Grumpy on TikTok. See more Mr. Dippy, Mr. Murphy, Mr. Frenzy, and Mr. Scrappy. Oh right, so they're all like from the book.
Bag, exactly.
So I get to the airport as normal.
Yeah.
Fine. We went through all the things I did wrong on the booking form.
Oh, did we ever? Yeah.
Got through, no problem with the spelt name wrong. Got to the gate and the girl says, "Your case is too big." I said, "But too big for what? Well, you've only booked on for a small bag. So I said, well, it is a small bag. She said, but it's too big. It doesn't. No, anyway, you're going to have to pay. So they charged me €46 to take my bag on the plane.
And you couldn't pay cash, presumably you had to pay it via.
No, I paid it all right. I paid it, but I finished up paying it by PayPal again because they don't. It's not hard. But then whilst I was waiting to be pushed onto the plane, I booked the flight back. I booked it back in. I had to go into priority booking, which is ridiculous because I'm at the front of the queue anyway because I go up in an ambulift.
Yeah.
And it was €6 to take the back the same bag with more stuff in it because I bought stuff. It cost €6 instead of €46.
How does that one add up then?
Not a clue.
Do you think they just spin a wheel?
Not a clue.
They have a breaking point to see what point people go, no, you're having a laugh.
And then I get to skip back to then I get back on to come home and I take the late flight home. And again, I'm pushed up into this waiting area where they put the wheelchairs and the people that need assistance. And this young girl comes along, plonks herself down. There's only 3 seats that are available for people with disabilities. She plonks herself down and then proceeds to taking up 1 seat, then proceeds to put her backpack and all her luggage on the other seat.
Right.
And now she's leaning over. She's practically taken up the whole 3 seats for herself, and then she just puts her headphones in and is on her phone and she's taking photos and holding it up and showing it around the airport. And I just felt like saying to you, why can't there's 100 other seats over there? There's only 3 for people that need assistance, and you're taking up 2 of them.
Do you think she had any visible...
No. Yeah, well, unless being an idiot is a disability.
Well, that could be, yeah.
In
which case,
being a selfish idiot.
Yeah.
And was absolutely oblivious of the fact that I was sitting in front of her in a wheelchair, just like looking at her.
The Senker death stare.
Yeah, so another one of those mystery things. Ibiza itself is a fantastic place. Really not at all wheelchair friendly. I mean, the hills, we went to a market, a hippie market, which is fabulous. But I couldn't push the wheelchair through it. It's in gravel. It's like getting stuck in a quagmire. It's just impossible to move around. Went to see the drumming on the beach, which was great. The only place they could put me was on the stage with the drummers.
Fair enough.
Which was fine.
Exactly.
My moment of fame. To watch the sunset.
Did you get the spoons out if you're not on the stage?
When I arrived, my daughter said to me, right, this is what we're going to do. And she read me out this thing. We're going to go here for breakfast, do this, and then we're going to go and see that, and blah, 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 and a bit more of this. And I said, do you think we're going to get all that done by Wednesday? She said, that's today. That's today's itinerary.
I'm not a big fan of that when you get to somewhere and they've done an itinerary for you.
I know, but she's magnificent. I mean, as I got off the plane, we hit a dress shop.
Right. Okay.
That's where this shirt came from. They did a bit of menswear as well.
Okay.
So we did that. We hit that straight away. And then there's the foods, the great restaurants that she loves, and she really, really entertained me, and it's just a fantastic place. But I was exhausted. I was absolutely exhausted. I mean, she can walk. If I do 3,000 or 4,000 steps a day, right, I'm really happy. I'm even happier if I only do 10.
You did about
not 1,000,
200 on that video. Don't anything else.
Well, no, but at the end of that video, I fall over. So I'm actually.
No, you cut that. It's not in the video. It's not on the Instagram.
No, I've got the outtakes where you see me fall over twice. But it's just it's an incredible place, but it's not very wheelchair friendly. And then, of course, there was the incident of we went to see the drummers, which was fabulous, and that's to the sunset. So obviously it's getting dark, and we decided to eat at what we thought was a very nice fish restaurant on the beach. And the menu came up, very nice lighting, very dim lighting, very nice ambience.
Yes.
I couldn't read the menu because it was the writing was too small for me.
It was too dark.
And it was too dark, so I gave it to my daughter, who did read the menu, I think. And she said, OK, well, we'll have this. We'll share this nice platter of seafood. And this came up, and it was had a crayfish on it.
Yeah.
Don't know whether it was Ronnie or Reggie.
Exactly.
A big prawn, some mussels and some other bits and pieces.
Your basic seafood.
Yeah, basic seafood, a bit of potato and some vegetables. Very, very nice. I really get annoyed with this because I have to clean the prawn myself. I have to try and get the meat out or the fish out of the crayfish, which has got very sharp claws.
Yeah.
And it was €47 for us, which is, okay. So, but I think, anyway, cut a long story short, I finish up having to get the man out of the kitchen to put a pair of gloves on and finish preparing my dinner.
Right.
I don't want to have to prepare my own dinner at the table, take out the sinews and open the shells, and it's like a fondue thing. Why would anyone pay to cook their own food in the restaurant? Anyway,
what's your opinion on crab craws? Because you have to get that stuff.
I never got any meat out of it. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't. He gave me this pointy stick, which I had to ask for. They never came with the platter. Anyway, the upshot of it all was I get the bill. And it's 100 and something euros. What my daughter failed to see was next to the €47 was PP.
Ah.
So the platter for two was 94. It was €94 on its own without the starters, without the.
Whoops.
So won't be going back there again.
Yeah, I remember going through the famous. Because I'm like that, the same thing, getting my hands in, and then your hands are all fishy and dirty and the whole thing. Anyway, you can't, you scratch your nose and that's it, you smell like a prawn for 2 days. And I was, but that's enough about me. My dining companion was a young lady, and the crab claws arrived, and she asked for some sharp implements, and with a look of glee bordering on the homicidal, she sort of disemboweled these bits and pieces and got out the meat, and I thought, I can't possibly go on this meal, she's frightening me now.
No, so so that was a lesson learnt there.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it was quite a good trip. What else happened? Oh, the roads are so narrow there. I mean,
it's an island.
I know, but I was bricking it. I mean, honestly,
there's a main road, isn't there, that goes from San Antonio.
I'm a good passenger. Usually, my daughter's a very good driver. But the roads are so close there. I mean, everything is a whisper away. I mean, and it's
other chocolate bars are available.
Yeah, right. It was an experience. It was a good experience. But I think the roads just a little couple of centimetres wider would make me feel a lot happier. So that's that. She's trying to get a visa at the moment, a working visa.
Okay.
What are they? Digital nomads.
Yes.
And we've been trying to go to to all the right channels to do it. We now find out that she needs an A1 certificate from the English Tax Office.
Okay.
Right, which she has applied for. And initially, they said it would be 40 days. This was back in November. Right. So it would be 40 days, and you'll get all your paperwork you need, and you can go to the rest of the channels to get the digital nomad certificate. We then get another notification because she said, well, where is it? It's 40 days. She said, unfortunately, there has been a slight increase. It will now take 52 weeks.
Well, if you're going to go large, I mean, let's not muck around there.
So 52 weeks to get just an A1 certificate, which all it means is that to show how your tax is being sorted out in the UK. And then you have to try and get hold of someone to find out why. Who in their right minds thinks that waiting 52 weeks for a piece of paper to come from the tax office is acceptable? It's absolutely ridiculous. So Patty phoned them yesterday and held on for an hour to speak to someone in the Newcastle office. And when she finally got through, quite a nice young lady was saying, first of all, you don't want to tick them off by saying, I've been on for an hour.
Yeah, because
they just put the phone down.
Yeah.
So you have to go through all the moody pleasantries, like you're trying to be nice to them, where you actually want to rip their throats out, and say to them, look, who in your building thinks it's acceptable to go from 40 days to 52 weeks? Who makes that decision? Who actually makes that decision? So they then go on hold again for another 10 minutes while she comes back. Yeah, actually the music wasn't too bad.
Okay.
Then she comes back and says, well, it's because of this, it's because of that. There's lots of applications. And, so Patty says what everybody should say. Well, doesn't that tell you that you need more staff? If something's taking a year, it's just to get a piece of paper. Then they haven't got to build a small town or anything. They've just got to get you a piece of paper, right? It's ridiculous. Then we get to the subject of, can you tell me why it takes an hour to get through to someone just to ask a question? Again, well, there's a lot of people asking, but doesn't that tell you that you need more people answering the phones? You need more people answering the phones. You need more people sorting out the certifications and things. And then, it won't go to 52 weeks. Anyway, she's said she's going to do something, but we don't know what. But how does the world exist when you've got government offices taking a year to provide you with and it is a very simple piece of paper. I mean, what it means is someone looks at you, says that's what you paid in your tax, right? Hit print or post or send with,
whatever you do, yeah,
and do it. How can it take a year? Anyway, that's
and the irony is, of course, the Spanish system will probably be much quicker when it comes to processing.
I wouldn't even like to begin to think about that. I wouldn't even like to think about that.
Well, they're like the shiny new, I mean, it's whenever you go to pay anything, whenever you go and pay or try and do anything in Spain now, you have to have the app and you have to book an appointment way in advance.
Oh, that's the other thing as well, is we went into one restaurant. We went into a restaurant, four of us went into a restaurant on Wednesday afternoon, and we sat down at the table, and I said, I ordered my drink. I said, can I see the menu, please? And he said, yeah, it's on your phone. I said, it's not on my phone, because I've got a Nokia 720. I haven't.
Yeah, I'm playing Snake. Yeah, basically.
I haven't. What happens if you haven't got a phone? I said, how can you? You're telling me it's on my phone. It's not on my phone because I haven't got one. Oh, she said, we have got a hard copy. I said, well, then bring me the hard copy, please. Anyway, I got the hard copy and hid my phone in my pocket.
Exactly, praying it would go off. Yeah.
But why was that business? Why have you got to look at everything? You've got to look at on your phone.
Well, that's because wasn't it? It was during the virus, and you had to think because you might get attacked by a killer virus off the menu.
Yeah, that killer virus turned out well, didn't it? All them injections you had.
I'm feeling better already. Meanwhile, pedestrian crossings.
Pedestrian crossings.
My favourite thing in the world.
Yeah, I mean, if you come onto a pedestrian,
radish heading towards me.
A pedestrian. If you come onto a pedestrian crossing, right, as a pedestrian at a 45,
Spain, you never know.
At a 45-degree angle on your phone with your headphones on, not looking it up at all, I'm going to knock you over. It is my right. It is my right as a motorist, right, to educate you idiots out there that think that you can walk across a zebra crossing when I've got my front wheels on the zebra crossing. You cannot walk out at a 45-degree angle in my blind spot and not expect to get knocked over.
Or, which happened to me in Malaga in the Land Cruiser, which is obviously the perfect town car, 8 foot tall Land Cruiser. Pedestrian, vegetable crossing.
Let me forget that.
It's not at all, just got rid of a few artichokes, let them pass. And then there's a cycle lane, obviously my favourite thing in the world. And there's a guy on the cycle lane on a mountain bike with his helmet on, the whole thing. And he, as I was coming across to leave, he literally took that angle that would make sure he would get the last corner of the pedestrian crossing. And then he decided to lose his rag at me. And it was like, okay, if I have to get down from my car, there's going to be a severe... And he's sort of slamming on the side of the Land Cruiser, which obviously, if you have a Land Cruiser, it's going to make no impact on the bleeding thing whatsoever. But yeah, and it's also the other one is the ones on scooters who just come out of nowhere and just don't stop with the hoodies up. And it's like, man, if I do get you, you'll be the next thing you will see will be the fields of Elysia, because like Gladiator.
Yeah.
Because it's just, boom.
Anyway, so they've got to stop, and the scooters and coming at you from every angle. But we've moaned about it everywhere. Right, so I'm watching MasterChef, which we enjoy, a bit of MasterChef.
Yes, you do.
Very funny. And there was a guy on there, and they asked him what his job was, and his job was head of customer success. Okay, we all know what that is. Not a clue. So I Googled head of customer success.
Yes.
And this is what it said. This is what it says on Google. Head of customer success leads the customer success function with a vision and strategy to provide customers with the voice, support, guidance and knowledge resources that will facilitate the achievement of their business objectives using the organisation's products and services and drive sales and increase revenue. That was it. Now, if you can tell me what I just said and explain to me what that job is, I'll buy you a top hat. Because I'm telling you, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
It's buzzwords. It's an immersive interactive experience where each, etc.,
Yeah, but it's a it pays over 80 grand a year as well.
What?
It pays over 80 grand a year, this job. But it doesn't. Does anybody please tell me somebody's heard of this?
Customer success presumably is a happy client.
I don't know. It does. I've read it. Right. I've read it. Look it up on there. It's a success leads the customer success function. Is that a button you press or something?
Do you think your person at Newcastle, she was a customer success?
No, I don't know. But it's a nonsense job. It's a nonsense. It doesn't make any...
You could be head of pet empowerment or something like that. Hello, here we go. Mr. Grumpy had to visit morning cookie. It's Cookie here. Morning, I think. No, it's not Cookie. I had to visit a tax specialist the other day, and he informed me that most HMRC phone contacts work from home. Hence the long wait while they confirm something. Go figure.
Well, I had that months ago when I was dealing with someone at Vodafone. It's a similar thing where I asked something and they had to put me on hold whilst they phoned the head office and got the answers. But yeah, I know that happens a lot. Of this working from home business. That's another thing. This working from home business, what absolute nonsense that is. Can you imagine people doing a real job from home? I mean.
I sit in a room and talk to myself. Grumps.
But if you go into an office and you get there and you start work at 9:30, your lunch is at 12 or 1 or whatever it is. You're in the office. Don't tell me anyone sits there at their thing saying, "Oh, I'm going to sit here for 4 hours and before I go and have a." You do a bit of work. You put a bit of This Morning on. Holmes under
hobnobs.
A bit of Holmes under the hammer.
Eat a cup of tea in the morning.
Bargain hunt. Right. And then the news, time for a nap.
In your gym jams.
Yeah. I mean, and it also kills socialising.
I'm not allowed to socialise after last time.
Well, I know.
That's what I'm sitting here.
Still got the scars.
Exactly. That's why I'm sitting here across from you.
Oh, yeah.
I used to have a very good friend of mine who ended up working in Colombia, but that's another story. He used to get dressed. This is in the 90s. This is actually pre-internet sort of stuff. So he used to get up, and his office was in his spare room, and he would get up and get dressed in a suit and go into his...
Oh, no.
And work from there, because that was the only way he could do it. I, on the other hand, being a freelance journalist in London in the 80s and 90s, would sit there in my gym jams watching Home and Away and going through 8 packs of hobnobs a day.
Wow. That's how many hobnobs?
8 packs.
That's a lot of hobnobs.
Yeah, I had to join HA.
I'll tell you something else which I'm going to stop doing.
Just NA, to be honest with you.
I'm going to stop doing. turn around and people turn around and say, "Oh, this has gone wrong and that's gone wrong," and you say, "Well, if there's anything I can do to help you, give us a call." They bloody call you.
No.
Yeah. Now what are you going to do? You got to help them.
No, it's like people say, we must get together after you meet on holiday. Oh, we must catch up. Oh, you're only in the next town.
No. I've decided that, if there's anything you want, here's a number you can call.
I'm in Guatemala and I needed post bail.
Here's Samaritan's number.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, basically, I didn't go back to Ibiza. I enjoyed it. Some of the food places there are pretty expensive. I found an €18 bagel. And that wasn't
was it on a plinth?
That wasn't the dearest one on there. There was one bagel on there for €36, which had like some meat in it.
Some meat?
Well,
it must have had the meat in it for €36.
No, but I mean, it's €36 for a bagel. €18 for a smoked salmon bagel was a lot of money.
But I suppose it's what the market will...
If you pay it. Oh, of course. And I've gone in there.
Yeah.
It's one of these healthy cafes.
Oh, blimey.
Right. So I said, can I have a Coke Zero, please? No, we don't do Coke.
How dare you? Be gone.
No, I don't do Coke. All right, well, I'll have a Cafe Americano Descafeinado. No, we don't do coffee. We don't do decaf coffee.
We knit our own yogurt, yeah.
Well, what do you suggest? So they suggested a drink.
Yeah, go on. What was it?
I don't know. What was the drink called? Anyway, it was something. I said, I'll try that. And Sarah said, I think it's got alcohol in it. So I said, has it got alcohol in it? Yes, it's got alcohol, so I don't drink alcohol. Yeah. So then they said, well, I've got this other thing, which was a tea, some tea. Basically, it was just a cup of cold tea.
That was that, yeah.
And then they said, but it's got this most beautiful smell. So I got no sense of smell. I've got to be the worst punter in the world for this place. And they served me up a smoked salmon and cream cheese bagel and a cup of cold tea.
But at least it wasn't per person.
No, it was lovely. It was actually lovely. Really nice. I would go back there again.
Right, go forth and find you on TikTok. We're going to run out of time again, so there we go. Doesn't time fly with it? Are you planning to make this a series with the little one of these musical videos?
No, I don't. I think that's the one and only, it's never going to happen again.
And are you two going to go out? Because people might think you fight crime if you're dressed in the same outfit.
No, we will never be seen in the same vicinity again in the same jacket. It was for musical purposes only.
For musical purposes only. Are you still writing for the...
I'm still writing for the Euro Weekly News. And I did a lovely talk down the road the other day. I'll have to remember the names next week. That's another thing. I know I'm going to go. People tell me their names and tell me where I'm going and what I'm doing. By the time all I hear is... I don't remember anything anymore.
I just called Sean Tipton Simon, for goodness sake. I've been thinking this for 5 years.
That's right. I mean, I have to write everything down, and I've been a bit hesitant today because I've got a Word document on my phone which won't load, and it's about to go out the window as we speak. And on that note...
I think we'll just have to do this again.
I can really dance.
You can really dance. Absolutely. As always, International Man of Misery. His name was kicking. He wore such little hats. Try and find it online. It's the funniest thing you'll see. Michael Senker, as always, thank you so much for your time today.
My pleasure.
TRE, Talk Radio Europe. You've been listening to a TRE production. If you've enjoyed this programme, there'll be another episode waiting for you next week, right here on this platform, where you can also access our extensive back catalogue of shows and interviews. For more information on our live programming, social media channels and apps, and how to contact Talk Radio Europe, please visit tre.radio.